Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you the M1944 Combat Field Pack. I'm going to go over some of the details of it and get that all ready to be attached to my late war impression. I'll show you the different parts of it and the equipment that's going to be attached to this as well. So let's get the camera a bit closer to the pack and start going over it. Right, so the M44 pack, or the M1944 pack, was what replaced the 1928 haversack. And that's a pretty big upgrade from the haversack. I've done a video on that before and shown you exactly how much I hate it, so it wouldn't be too hard for me to think something is better. So let's start out with what we got here. So basically this is more of a bag, whereas the haversack was loads of straps and flaps. So here you've got an actual bag. So you see you've got the two canvas straps on the front that hold down the top. The top has got a rim around it that comes down over the actual bag, if you can see there on the corner. That comes down over all the way around to help keep the water out and some of just general weathering. You've got yourself a nice pocket on the side here. I don't know if this was made for a particular piece of equipment. I think it almost looks like a pistol holster, but I can't see that being what that was made for. It has a little drainage hole in the bottom, so you can keep bits and pieces in that. It's similar to what the musette bag has on the side of it, only slightly bigger. And then if you notice, you've got these three big rings, one on each side, there and there, canvas strap rings, and then one on the top. These are for the bedroll, so if you have your shelter half and your wool blankets wrapped up in your bedroll, that'll go over the top and then down the side. I'll see if I can put a bedroll together and pop one of them on you to show you what that would be like. Other details on the front, you've got your flap, a little canvas flap here with the two eyelets. This is to hold your E-tool, so once you've mounted your E-tool on there, that comes down, and then this strap at the bottom ties up like that so that your handle goes through there to stop it flapping around. On this side here, you see you've got another canvas flap with another two eyelets, same as what the haversack had on it, and again with the little canvas strap down here, which is fixed. This is for the bayonet to go in. I'll pop a bayonet on there in a minute to show you how it go in. So that just attaches on the top, and then this stops that from flapping around. On the back of the pack, you see you've got this strap that runs all the way through here. This runs through the M1944 suspenders. You'd have one bit there and one bit here to help attach the pack to it. And then the other part that attaches the pack to them are these two straps. Unfortunately mine seems to have lost one of its buckles on the end, or not buckles, I don't know what you'd call these end plates. But these go through the 1944 suspenders and combined with that strap there, hold the bag nice and tight onto the suspenders for you. And then just before we finish our look at the back, you see you've got this little attachment point here. There's another one the same on each side, as you can see here. And then another one at the front. These are to attach the M1944 cargo pack, which is a separate bag that goes underneath this pack. Now, unfortunately, I don't have one of them at the moment, so I can't show you that or how that attaches, but that's what their eyelets are for. So that's basically everything on the outside of the bag. So I'll open it up, get the towels out that I've packed it just so I could show it to you, and show you the inside of the bag. Right, so we've got the bag empty now, and I'll turn that round and show you the interior. So you can see straight away that's got a bit of rubberized material on the inside to try and keep some of the water out of it, just keep things a little bit drier. So if you open that up, you can see that's not actually as long as the bag is deep. So that doesn't go all the way to the bottom of the bag, and if I turn that inside out to get it out of the way, bear with me just a minute. There we go. So now you can get a better look at the bag. So you can see you've got it split into two sections. The back part is the bigger section, and then the front part slightly smaller. So you probably put your mess kit and everything inside the front section, and then this bit in the middle opens up. It's actually got, if I can get my head in there, oh sorry, I'm at the right balls up with this. Right, so you've got the two little sections in there, so you can put any small items, personal items you want, keep them in that little bit here. And then on each side you've got another, if you can see that, another section, and again that's on each side. So there you go all the way to the bottom, them 2 parts do, so you can put rations, really anything you want inside there, keep everything a bit more separated, again superior to what the haversack could do for you. So that's the basics of the inside for you. And then you can just fold your rubberized section back in, and that'll seal that all up a bit, and there you have it, everything will get a little bit of protection. Right, so that's the basics of the M1944 Combat Field Pack. Now I'm going to get some of the equipment and attach to it, just so you can see what it's like with it fitted on. Right, so we've got the towels back in it to puff it up a bit, so that's easier to do. The first thing we're going to attach is our entrenching tool. You don't want to be trying to do this with the entrenching tool in the cover itself. If you take that out, and that attached simply like most American web gear of the time, with your little attachment point there. And you see my cover is quite faded, but that doesn't matter, it's still plenty good enough. So I'm going to attach that to this now and then show you how the shovel goes into it and straps around the bag. Right, so that's the cover fitted to the bag. Now you can adjust the covers, well the later version of them anyway, to sit high or lower. They've got 3 points. Mine's in the middle point for you, so that's where that sits. So then you simply get your tool, which I have here, pop that through like that, give it a nice push, get that so it's nice and tight in there. Try not to destroy your cover like I might have just done. So you see that's now attached to your bag, and that is there, and you could use it like that, but that's going to flop around all over the place, that's not a lot of good. So you get this strap at the bottom here, and you just do this up nice and tight. Can be a bit awkward to if you want to get it really tight. If we just do it like that, try and pull it as tight as you can. It's not the longest strap, so it can be a bit of a pain. And there you have your e-tool attached to your 1944 cargo bag. You can see it doesn't really wobble around much at all now, so that's pretty nice. Again, I think that's a vast improvement to having it fitted to the haversack. And then the next item we're going to attach is our M1 bayonet. And this attaches the same way as the cover does. So you want to take the bayonet out to do this because it's much easier. Spin it round to the side here, and you can see up the top we've got our point. And then let's see if I can fit this on without taking ages. And the answer looks like that's going to be a no. So I'll turn the camera off and fit this so you aren't sitting here watching me do this for 10 minutes. Right, so we're back, and you see that's now attached at the top here. And then that simply goes through this piece of canvas down there. Pull it down nice and tight, and that'll stop that flapping around too much. It's not going to hold it completely secure, but it'll stop flapping around too much. And then your bayonet simply goes back in there. So now you've got your cargo pack with your e-tool attached and with your bayonet attached. You get a bit of a closer look at that there. You can see how much of an improvement this must have been for the soldiers that got them if they'd used the 1928 haversack, sorry, and then got something like this. I mean, it's could have improvement, but that's certainly an upgrade. So the last thing to fit to it really is a bedroll. So let me see what I can fish out, because I've got some bedrolls about, and see if any of them have been put together in a way that I can actually fit for you. So I'll be back in a minute. Right guys, so I'm going to try and attach this bedroll that I've made. This is an entire pup tent with one wool sheet in it. That gives it a fairly decent size. So let's try and do this live. I've never actually fitted to one of these before, so it's probably going to be a bit of a mess. Probably going to see way more at the top of the head than you want to. So you want to start with having your pack upside down like this, or face down I should say probably. You've got your strap under here in the middle. Make sure this is basically centered with your cargo bag, not cargo bag, a field pack. You can pull that strap round, get that nice and tight, something like that. These are always a nightmare to try and get tightened, these straps, because they like to come loose as you're doing it. So then you've got the front fitted on, then twist it round, get your strap from the side. See, these are quite long, so you can just pull it round like that, and then get that pulled in far enough. Sorry if I'm making the camera shake a lot here. I do need to figure out a way of getting my table more stabilised. Oh, as you can see, this is a bit of a pain to get nice and tight. Get the buckle through there. And now you've got fitted on one side and the middle. And you've got to do the same thing again. This is going to really be awkward, I think. I probably haven't done the best job of building this bedroll either, to be honest. So get that round there like that, rope out of the way, and again pull it nice and tight. Get your strap through the buckle like that. Got that tighter than that. Feed it through. Give it another pull, and I think we might be there, albeit not in the neatest of fashion. Just tuck my rope out of the way there. So let's have a look and see what we got. Oh. Right, now that is not what I'd call a 100% success. I mean, that's on there, that's tight. It's not going to go anywhere, but that's not really ideal, is it? But hopefully it will give you an idea of how that looks when it's got everything fitted on. So there you go. The M1944 Combat Field Pack with a pretty badly made bedroll fitted to it in a pretty badly done fashion. But if you're a soldier and you needed to just get your stuff fitted on and get going as quickly as possible, this is probably fairly accurate to what that would end up looking like, because you're going to spend a long time if you want this to look really good. So there we are. And now I'm going to take this bedroll straight off, because there's one more thing I want to show you on the pack before we're finished. Right, so there's one little detail that I didn't point out when we were going over this, and that's on the top here. You've got this little D-ring. There's one on each side. There's also one on the bottom at each side. Now, what these allow you to do is, when you're fitting your suspenders on, the bottom ones you could use to have the middle of the front suspenders go under your arm and attach to that if you wanted to. Personally, I don't think that's needed it. But what you've also could do is, with the top one, if I can find where I'll put it, yep, there it is. You can get one of these general purpose straps. This is a reproduction one, unfortunately. But you can fit this to the top loops. Simply clips on. And then you can use the 44 pack as like a shoulder bag. You see here, you've just got the strap. These are nice and long. You can adjust them however you want. And you've got yourself a nice shoulder bag. These would be a bit annoying, but you could pack them in under here and fold them up on the shelf so they were more like that, and they'd do the job. Or what else you can do, if you've got two of these general purpose straps, you can fit one end to the bottom and one end to the top, and if you had one on each side, you could then adjust the strap to the size you want and wear this like a backpack. So if I stand up, you see you've got plenty of room. And if you had one each side, you just wear it like a normal backpack, which I think is really, really good. Unfortunately, I've only got one of these straps, so I can't show you both of them fitted. So I just thought that was something worth pointing out, because again, that's a feature that you don't really have on the haversack. If you want to do something like that in the haversack, you've got very little play, because it has the straps built in. There's if you're my size, especially a tall person, then it's just not really viable. But with this, you can do pretty much whatever you want. So all in all, these are really good packs. I'm glad I found one. I'm going to fit this to my late war impression, but probably not quite in the way you're thinking. I'm planning to do a video of my entire late war impression, which has got some things that are a little bit different. So when we hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to do that video for you. And until then, I'm going to just keep getting all ready. So what I'm going to do is see if I can find a replacement for this end here, because that's going to be a nightmare, otherwise it's going to be a real pain. And get that fitted on there. So yeah, I think that's all we've got time for today. If you like the content, like send me babble on, because this is all completely unscripted. I don't write stuff down. And if you enjoy that, please like and subscribe. We're getting close to 100 subscribers now for the little channel, which is brilliant. And when we get to the 100 subscribers, I will do that full impression video for you, because a few people on Discord and in various different places have been saying, show us your late war impression. So I thought I'd save that for the 100 subscribers. So that was the M1944 Combat Field Pack. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the bodged up bedroll fitting and everything like that for you. And I'll see you next time.